Let's sink into this one, Cancer, with Spirit's clear whisper to your soul. Don't waste another day. This isn't about rushing or pushing yourself before you're ready. It's about noticing where you've been waiting so long that life itself has started to pass you by. Spirit is showing me that your heart has been asking for more, yet hesitation, doubt, or fear of losing comfort has kept you standing still. Today's reading is here to show you what's opening for you the moment you stop delaying and start choosing differently. The first card that rises for you is the Page of Pentacles. This energy is like a student at the very beginning of their journey, holding potential in their hands, but not yet knowing how far it could take them. For you, Cancer, this represents the dreams and ideas you've been carrying quietly in your heart. Maybe it's a business you've thought of starting, a move you've wanted to make, or a relationship you've been hoping to invest in. The page shows that the seed is already planted, but it's been sitting in your pocket instead of the soil. Spirit is saying the longer you keep it hidden, the more your energy becomes restless, because you're designed to nurture and grow things. What's interesting is that this card doesn't pressure you to have it all figured out. It only asks for one step. That one email you send, that one conversation you open, that one page you write, or that one application you fill in. Often you wait until you think the path is perfectly clear, but with the page, clarity comes only as you begin. Spirit wants you to trust the process of learning and not fear mistakes. They're part of your becoming. This card reminds you that opportunities are time-sensitive. The soil is fertile now, and if you don't place your seed, the season may pass. So Cancer, here's the practical push from Spirit. What is the one thing you've been circling around in your mind, but not yet done? That's your page moment. It doesn't need to be big or dramatic. Spirit says that once you take that first action, you'll feel your energy shift out of hesitation into momentum. Imagine yourself looking back in a year and saying, I almost didn't start, but I'm so glad I did. That's the invitation here. Next, the card that comes is the Eight of Cups. This is powerful because it shows you walking away from something that no longer feeds your soul. Sometimes the reason you delay new beginnings is because you're afraid of leaving the old behind. The Eight tells us that you've already outgrown certain situations, relationships, routines, or even versions of yourself. You've been pouring your energy into cups that are empty, and deep down, you know it. Spirit is warning that if you keep giving to what no longer nourishes you, you're wasting not only your energy, but also your time, which is the one resource you can never get back. There's grief in this card, and Spirit acknowledges that. Walking away isn't easy, but it's not about rejecting what was. It's about honoring that it's complete. Think of it as closing a chapter so you can actually read the next. The Eight reminds you that your soul craves experiences that match who you are now, not who you were 5 years ago. If you stay where you are, you risk dimming your light and repeating cycles that keep you stuck. Spirit is asking, what is the one thing you know you're still holding on to out of habit, fear, or comfort? That's where your freedom lies. And here's something practical. The Eight of Cups doesn't mean you have to burn bridges. It means you can step back with grace. It's as simple as not overcommitting where you don't feel joy, not pouring your emotional energy into dynamics that drain you, or slowly reorienting your life toward what feels alive. Spirit is saying that your destiny is not built in the familiar. It's waiting in the unknown you've been avoiding. The next card is the Knight of Swords, and this is such a shift. The moment you decide, the energy speeds up. The Knight is fast-moving, focused, and relentless. Cancer. This is Spirit showing you that once you choose not to waste another day, doors open quickly, much faster than you expect. The Knight can feel overwhelming sometimes because it brings sudden clarity and events that demand your attention. But here's the key. You're more ready than you realize. The Knight arrives when hesitation has already cost too much time, and Spirit is saying your breakthrough will come through bold, even imperfect, action. This card tells me that you're entering a season where courage matters more than caution. You don't need to tiptoe. You need to move with intent. That might mean having the conversation you've avoided, applying for something you feel underqualified for, or finally telling the universe you're ready for more. The Knight also reminds you that speed doesn't equal recklessness. If your heart and intuition are aligned, your movement is divinely guided. Spirit is saying, stop second-guessing and start moving, because the opportunities lined up ahead require your presence in motion. But here's the practical insight. Don't spread yourself too thin. The Knight of Swords has all this energy but can sometimes rush without strategy. Spirit encourages you to keep your focus clear. Choose one direction at a time and pour your energy there. That's how your momentum builds into lasting change. The fourth card that shows is the Ace of Wands. This is the gift that comes once you stop waiting. The spark, the breakthrough, the new beginning. For you, Cancer, this card represents a burst of inspiration, passion, and possibility. It's like Spirit handing you the torch and saying, now run with it. This ace is fire, creativity, and life force. It tells you that what begins now has the potential to completely transform your path if you nurture it. The Ace of Wands is often the answer to prayers you've whispered in quiet moments. You've asked for a sign, for direction, for a chance to feel alive again. Spirit says this is it, but here's the catch. The ace doesn't sustain itself unless you do something with it. That's why this whole reading keeps urging you not to waste another day. The inspiration is here now. The energy is ripe, but it's your action that gives it form. Practically speaking, this could be a creative project, a new career path, a spiritual calling, or even a relationship that reignites your passion. It doesn't matter the form. It matters how you respond. Spirit says the Ace of Wands is a now or never card. If you grab it, it can lead to a whole new chapter. If you let it pass, it could take much longer for the same energy to circle back. Finally, your last card is Judgment. This is your wake-up call, Cancer. Spirit is speaking directly here. Don't waste another day because your soul contract is waiting. Judgment is about clarity, about hearing the call of your higher self and finally saying yes. This isn't about small choices anymore. It's about the bigger trajectory of your life. Spirit is showing that the decisions you make now will echo for years, maybe even decades. This card is destiny calling, and your only job is to listen and respond. The beauty of Judgment is that it doesn't shame you for past delays. It simply says, this is your moment. You're being invited to step out of the shadows of hesitation and into the light of your purpose. For some of you, this may feel like an inner awakening where suddenly you see exactly what matters. For others, it may show up as external opportunities or synchronicities that keep nudging you. Either way, Spirit wants you to know you can't miss what's meant for you, but you can delay it. And delay costs joy. Here's the practical takeaway. Start by asking yourself what your soul is most hungry for. Not what's safe, not what's logical, but what makes you feel most alive. That's where Judgment is guiding you. And Spirit promises, if you choose in alignment with that truth, you'll find yourself living a life that feels less like survival and more like destiny. Cancer, Spirit's warning is gentle but firm. Don't waste another day. Your page is waiting to be planted. Your 8 is asking you to release. Your Knight is urging you to move. Your Ace is offering fresh fire, and your Judgment is calling you into your higher path. The choice is yours, but Spirit is clear. The time is now. Your affirmation, I no longer delay my destiny. Each step I take today opens the door to the life I was created to live.